really wanted to testify is so that most of us, we learn from this. Whenever God uses me somewhere, most times I don't come to testify. I always call Daddy and tell him and show him all the videos. But in this case, I traveled to Nnewi. When I got to Nnewi, I went for a marriage ceremony. So when I got to the place, I went to the church where they had to do the wedding. But I found out that the people were not there. So that area where the church is, I've once walked there before. I spent almost 10 years in that environment when I was doing trailer conductor in early 91, 92 or so. So I just like, I'm driving a big car. Inside my mind, that man, that time when you walk on that, go visit him. The man know they let you enter a compound that time. Now if you see you now, so that you know that God can also bless the poor. So one man just said I should go. So I went to the man's gate. He's a very wealthy person. Somebody you compare with Ekene Dilichukwu and all those people. His name is Imachus. He have hundreds of trailers there. He was one of the highest importer of spare parts in Nigeria. So when I went to the compound, I just horned. And when he saw the car, because the duplex, even at 19-something, he had built a 3-story duplex. So he saw me from upstairs and he said, open the gate. He didn't even know who the person is. But because of the car, he said they should open the gate. So when I entered, he came down, he was tying towel. The man is so lean now, not like the man I used to know. I immediately came, he was speaking Igbo for me. Something like that. Who are you? So I now told him, your trailer conductor, those days, I said, Sapele man. I said, yes, sir. What you gonna happen? I said, okay, now God do. Now you come feed me like this. I said, yes, sir. So he now said, come upstairs. So I pinched my friend and say, this man, nobody fit enter this house. So now just say maybe see packaging. So because when I was a conductor, you can't go close. Like you can't. He's a wealthy man. You know what I mean? Big man in Igbo land. So he took me to his main parlor that they did 1991, 92. Is even finer than some Richmond city room that you can enter today. So I went, I sat down, and he started. He was telling me all the country has gone in the whole world for medical. He had bladder stones or something, kidney stone, hernia. He was just complaining. And right inside me, the Holy Spirit said to me, this is the reason why I brought you to end. So when the man was talking, my own is talk finish, make a preach. Because I'm even scared. How do I not tell him I'm a pastor? I came with government motto. I've already told him I'm working with government. Then I didn't tell him I'm a pastor. How do I now start? So I started talking, teaching him about healing, how Christ healed this and that in the Bible. Suddenly, this man was not a Christian the way I know him then, but he just carried a piece of paper. He was searching around where he's sitting down. He now said, hold on, I'm looking for a pen. So before I know, he was writing the scriptures. You understand? So it means he wants to go through them when I've left. So I started quoting more scriptures. I opened my phone. I was now bringing out scriptures. I was teaching him, you know, walking in the spirit and all that. So after everything, so I wanted to leave. I'm still even scared. How do I touch this man head? This guy big man. Wait now. So inside me I was like, maybe, you know. So I wanted to leave, but I want to see his reaction. I said, Pastor, you can't leave without praying for me now. You say Jesus heals this, heals that. You won't live like that. You can't leave me like that. Now pray for me. I say, So I asked him to stand up. He did. One of his sons came, he asked him to leave. So, because when I was talking to him, I was just telling him about how his children are misbehaving, all the ones you are. And I called one of his sons. I said, you knew Emeka was supposed to take after you, but it's like it's a disappointment to you now. He just turned. He said, who discussed with you? How do you know? I said, God was the one speaking, sir. So he now said, I believe that was what convinced him, and that Emeka was really his problem. So after all, I lay hand on him. I asked him to stand up. I led him to Christ. When I told him to forgive, it's like a trouble. It's like a lot of people have offended him. He doesn't want to forgive. So I now make it a condition. That is the only way God can heal you. So over 35 minutes I was standing. I was even tired. He was, praying for forgiveness, calling names here and there. So when he was through, I lay down on his head. I hit the head very well. After praying for him, he fell. He fell on the chair. He stood up again. I lay hand on him again. He fell. He stood up again. I laid hand on him again. He fell. And the next thing he shouted, "I'm free. I'm free." So when he shouted, "I'm free," inside me I was very happy. So I blessed I saw some bottled water around him, so I blessed all of them. He was talking, was making phone calls, calling people, but I know he was telling them one pastor came, they prayed for him, he's healed now. And I told him he should go back for tests, he won't say anything. So he was seeing me downstairs. He called all his children, everybody, he go in worker, collect his number. He's a great man, was speaking one kind of Igbo like that they had. So they were that busy, his children, everybody were collecting my number. He asked me where is my church. I said, I'm not the pastor there, I'm just a church member, but you will come and meet my pastor. He said he will come, that he's coming to Sapele. So we talked. So I left that place because it was almost late for the marriage. So I went to the church, we finished the marriage. This is the major issue that made me want to share this testimony. On getting to the wedding place, I have not eaten. So suddenly, they brought cola. So they brought for the senior brother of the girl because her father is dead. He transferred the cola to me. I don't eat cola, I don't like cola. But I'm the one that prayed. They gave me the cola to pray. And everywhere you turn, pastor, 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 pastor. The boy, the father is pastor, the mother is pastor. She's a choir in church, she's a choir, they sing very well. So everybody around me, I feel I'm safe. Because there's a man who told me a testimony about cola, that's why I don't eat cola. The man is a very wealthy man, popular man in Sapele, that someone gave him cola in London. After eating that cola, he paralyzed and had stroke. So since then, if I see cola in short, cola become an enemy. Yeah, because I feel native doctors use it a lot. So it's their property. I don't see any church where they're using cola, so I just, it's not my decision. So when they brought this cola, I say, and a pastor bring cola, everybody. Immediately I ate that cola. Holy Ghost. Everything about me changed. One kind of headache was just in front of my head. I hold and pull am. He did there. I do all this time. He did there. What do I do? I said, okay, maybe because I've not eaten early. They brought food. I ate. The same problem. So I told my boy, I said, come, something is wrong, we should leave. They're about after 5 or so. So I even stopped. I said, okay, let me just take paracetamol. Since I don't pray no work, maybe God just want me to take paracetamol. So I bought the paracetamol. They brought paracetamol and Panadol. So I took the Panadol. Immediately I took that Panadol. Everything became worse, like times 10. What is this? I checked for my motor. I opened where they keep blood and anointing oil. I did not see. We were coming. I couldn't drive. I was very, very weak. I was sweating. Inside AC, but I was sweating. I don't know what to do. So I parked the car and I asked the boy to drive so I can speak in tongues. Nothing was working. So I was searching luckily and I saw one empty can of anointing oil. It looked as if the oil just dried, I don't know. But in the syringe, the hose, there were some breakage of the oil. So I began to pump and pump and pump that everything I ate from the enemy or from the table of the enemy, I command you out. I have to stop the car. I vomited everything. In fact, I vomited the headache. And immediately I finished vomiting, I just felt automatic relief. Automatic relief. So there is power in the anointing oil. There is power in the anointing oil. Because there was one day my wife, why I did that, was one day my wife was almost dying. She was having pains. So when I called daddy, daddy came. I just noticed the only thing daddy did, he didn't talk much. He just said, that thing that is making this uncomfortable, you just open your mouth, say, now come out. Immediately, she starts vomiting. She vomited everything and she said she's okay. So I applied, you know, I'm learning. So immediately I applied that, the whole thing just came out. So I just want to return all the glory and thank God.
Bien vrai, je m'appelle Omasan, Oma Biako. Merci beaucoup à mon Dieu pour tout ce qu'il a fait dans ma vie. Lorsque je suis voyagé sur Néoui pour un mariage. Mais bien avant le mariage, j'étais parti voir un de mes boss dans le temps quand on conduisait la moto dans le temps. Quand j'étais là, j'ai vu la personne. On est salué, il m'a amené dans son salon et j'ai commencé par prier pour lui. On s'est salué, on s'est présenté, on a tout fait dans le jour-là et j'avais commencé par prier pour lui dans le salon. Et de là, il est tombé par terre, réveillé, tombé par terre, réveillé, tombé par terre, réveillé. Et de là, il m'a demandé vraiment si je suis pasteur. Et je lui ai dit que non, je ne suis pas pasteur, mais plutôt la noétie est avec moi. J'avais prié pour le monsieur le jour-là. Mais avant de partir, il a appelé ses enfants tout en disant de tout faire pour reconnaître le numéro en cas de question qui peut m'appeler pour venir dans l'église à s'appeler. Et de là, je suis parti pour rentrer là où on fait le mariage. Arrivé là-bas, ils ont prié pour le cola. Et ils m'ont donné le cola et c'est le pasteur qui m'a donné le cola. De là, j'ai vu que c'est le pasteur qui vient de distribuer le cola dont je dois manger sans difficulté. Et de là, vraiment, j'ai pris le cola que j'ai partagé. Quand j'ai mis ça dans la bouche en train de chuer, j'ai commencé par avoir des fièvres dans ma tête. Un peu partout, ça ne va pas. J'ai prié, ça ne va pas. Et je dis à mes gardes qu'on doit aller à Sapele. Lors de la voie, j'avais pris un nettoyer, il n'y a pas un nettoyer, il n'y a pas le sang de Jésus-Christ et je n'ai pas quoi faire. Je n'ai pas le choix, je ne sais pas quoi faire. Et de là, j'ai tout fait. Je suis arrivé à stopper la moto et de là, quand j'étais ailleurs, j'ai vomi tout ce que j'avais mangé lors du mariage. Et je suis arrivé à la maison sain et sauf. Donc je suis là ce matin, c'est pour dire merci beaucoup de tout ce qu'il a fait à travers ses expériences, à propos de Dak, mon boss, et à propos de ma vie, tout ce qu'il a fait lors du mariage à Néoui. Merci à vous tous. Shalom.
Put your hands together for
What can't you change?